Warren Buffett once said he'd rather feel the pain of losing an opportunity than the pain of losing money on a bad investment. Think about that. The richest investors on earth actively choose one type of pain over another. So here's the uncomfortable question. What if the pain you're running from is exactly what's keeping you broke, stuck, and average? Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal will flip everything you thought you knew about success. Look, I get it. You clicked on this video because somewhere deep down, you know something's off. You're working hard, but you're not seeing the results. You watch interviews with billionaires, elite athletes, and top CEOs, and they all seem to have something you don't. Some secret advantage. But here's the truth bomb nobody wants to hear. They're not smarter than you. They don't have some genetic gift you're missing. The only real difference? They've mastered the art of choosing their pain wisely. And before you think this is another one of those suffer for success motivational speeches, let me stop you right there. This isn't about torturing yourself for no reason. This is about understanding a psychological pattern that separates the top 1% from everyone else. A pattern that once you see it, you can't unsee it. By the end of this video, you'll understand the 3 types of pain that accelerate wealth, the biological trap keeping 90% of people stuck in mediocrity, and the exact framework billionaires use to turn discomfort into their unfair advantage. And yeah, there's a twist at the end that's going to challenge everything you believe about comfort. Let's dive in. Here's where it gets interesting. Your brain is basically running software from 10,000 years ago. Back then, pain equaled danger. Pain meant you were about to become something's lunch. So your ancestors who avoided pain? They survived long enough to pass their genes down to you. Congratulations. You inherited a survival mechanism that's now sabotaging your success. Because here's the problem. Modern pain isn't the same as ancient pain. That uncomfortable feeling you get before making a cold call? Not a saber-toothed tiger. The anxiety before asking for a raise? Not a predator. The discomfort of learning a new skill? Definitely not life or death. But your primitive brain can't tell the difference. To your amygdala, giving a presentation in front of 50 people triggers the exact same alarm system as facing actual physical danger. Your heart races, your palms sweat, your brain screams, abort mission. And here's what makes this fascinating. Stanford researchers discovered that humans will work twice as hard to avoid losing $100 than they will to gain $100. It's called loss aversion, and it's running your life without you even knowing it. Think about it. Every time you stay quiet in a meeting because speaking up feels risky, that's pain avoidance. Every time you hit snooze instead of going to the gym, pain avoidance. Every time you choose Netflix over working on that side business, you guessed it, your brain protecting you from discomfort. The crazy part? You're not building a comfortable life. You're building a mediocre one. Now, Warren Buffett talks about this constantly, but not in the way you'd expect. He says most investors don't lose money because they're stupid. They lose it because they can't handle emotional pain. And if you understand what he means by that, you're about to unlock something massive. Let me tell you a story that changed how I see everything. In the late 1990s, everyone was making money in tech stocks. Day traders were quitting their jobs. Your neighbor's cousin was bragging about his cryptocurrency gains. The market was hot, and Buffett? He sat on the sidelines. People called him washed up, out of touch, a dinosaur who didn't understand the new economy. Financial magazines wrote articles questioning if he'd lost his edge. And you know what he was experiencing? Pure psychological torture. Not the pain of losing money, the pain of watching everyone else get rich while he stuck to his boring old principles. The pain of being different. The pain of missing out. The pain of looking stupid when everyone else seems to be winning. Then the dot-com bubble burst. Companies that were worth billions went to zero overnight. Day traders lost their life savings. And Buffett? Still sitting on his cash, ready to buy when everyone else was panicking. He made his fortune by being willing to endure a different kind of pain than everyone else. While others couldn't handle the pain of patience, he couldn't stomach the pain of buying what he didn't understand. And this brings us to something critical. Not all pain is created equal. There are 3 types of productive pain that billionaires, elite athletes, and high performers have learned to weaponize. Pain type number 1. The pain of discipline. This is the daily grind nobody wants to talk about. It's Kobe Bryant shooting 500 free throws after a full practice when everyone else went home. It's Jeff Bezos working out of his garage for years before Amazon took off. It's the unglamorous, repetitive work that separates professionals from amateurs. Most people think success is about motivation. Wrong. Motivation is fleeting. Discipline is showing up when motivation is nowhere to be found. It's choosing the hard thing when the easy thing is screaming your name. Pain type number 2. The pain of delayed gratification. This one kills 99% of people before they even start. We live in a world of instant everything. Instant food, instant entertainment, instant validation from social media. Your brain has been rewired to expect immediate rewards. But here's what the wealthy understand. Compound interest doesn't just apply to money. It applies to skills, relationships, and reputation. Every day you invest in something that won't pay off for years, you're playing a game most people don't even know exists. Buffett bought Coca-Cola stock in 1988. Not to flip it in 6 months. He's still holding it. That's 37 years of delayed gratification while watching others chase quick gains. That patience has made him tens of billions. Pain type number 3. The pain of brutal honesty. This might be the most uncomfortable of all. It's looking in the mirror and admitting you're wrong. It's asking for feedback that might shatter your ego. It's acknowledging that your current strategy isn't working and you need to change. Most people would rather protect their ego than improve their life. Champions do the opposite. They hire coaches to destroy their form. They record themselves to see what's actually happening. They track metrics that expose their weaknesses. Why? Because the pain of honest feedback today prevents the agony of stagnation tomorrow. So how do you actually reprogram your brain to stop running from productive pain? That's where the framework comes in. And the second step, the one I almost never see anyone talk about, is what makes all the difference. Alright, here's the system. I call it the pain selection framework, and it's built on 3 principles that elite performers use whether they realize it or not. Step 1. Reframe the sensation. Your brain sends you a signal, discomfort. Right now, you probably interpret that as, stop. But what if that same sensation meant something completely different? When Navy SEALs go through Hell Week, they're taught to reframe pain. Cold water isn't torture, it's a test. Exhaustion isn't failure, it's growth. The sensation doesn't change, the story about the sensation does. Here's how this looks in real life. Next time you feel resistance before doing something hard, don't think, I don't want to do this. Think, my brain is trying to keep me comfortable, which means I'm at my growth edge. Your muscles don't grow in your comfort zone. They grow when they're pushed beyond their current capacity. Same with your skills, your income, your relationships. The discomfort isn't a bug, it's a feature. Warren Buffett reframes fear differently than most investors. When markets crash and everyone's panicking, he sees opportunity. When everyone's buying and the market's hot, he sees danger. Same data, completely different story. Step 2. Systematize the exposure. Here's where most people fail. They wait until they feel ready. They wait until the pain doesn't seem so bad. They wait for motivation to strike. That day never comes. Instead, you need to build systems that expose you to productive pain whether you feel like it or not. This is non-negotiable. If public speaking terrifies you, don't wait for the perfect moment. Join a Toastmasters club and speak every single week. If cold calling makes your stomach turn, make 5 calls every morning before you check email. If working out is painful, schedule it at the same time every day and treat it like a meeting with yourself that you cannot cancel. The ritual removes the decision. You're not debating whether you feel like it. You're not negotiating with yourself. It just happens. Billionaires don't rely on willpower. They rely on systems that make the hard thing inevitable. Buffett reads 500 pages a day. Not when he feels inspired. Every single day. For decades. Step 3. Reward the process, not just the outcome. This is the step everyone misses, and it's why most people quit before they see results. If you only reward yourself when you hit the big goal, you'll quit long before you get there. The pain is immediate, but the payoff is distant. You need to create immediate micro-rewards for choosing discomfort. After a difficult conversation, pause and acknowledge, I did the hard thing. Keep a journal tracking every time you chose growth over comfort. Watch that list grow. That's your evidence that you're becoming someone different. Elite athletes don't just celebrate championships. They celebrate the brutal training session. They celebrate pushing through when everything hurt. Because they understand the outcome is just a byproduct. The person who can consistently endure productive pain will eventually achieve any outcome they want. So here's the uncomfortable truth I promised you at the beginning. The one that separates the elite from everyone else. You're going to experience pain either way. It's not optional. The only choice you have is which type of pain you're willing to endure. You can experience the pain of discipline, or the pain of regret. The pain of difficult conversations, or the pain of shallow relationships. The pain of hard work, or the pain of mediocrity. The pain of delayed gratification, or the pain of never reaching your potential. And here's the twist. The pain of growth is temporary and has an expiration date. But the pain of regret? That one lasts forever. Think about Warren Buffett at 94 years old, still working not because he has to, but because he chose decades of strategic pain that gave him ultimate freedom. Compare that to people who chose comfort their whole lives and now regret every path not taken. Same amount of pain, completely different outcome. The wealthy aren't superhuman. They didn't eliminate pain from their lives. They just got really selective about which pain they were willing to endure. And that decision, repeated daily for years, creates results that look like magic to everyone else. So here's your challenge, and I want you to do this today, not tomorrow. Identify one area of your life where you've been choosing comfort over growth. Just one. Maybe it's your health, your income, your relationships, your skills. Then do it. Not when you feel ready. Not when it's convenient. Today. Because here's what Buffett, Bezos, and every elite performer has figured out. The moment you stop running from the right kind of pain and start using it as a compass, everything changes. Your capacity expands. Your confidence grows. And you become living proof that the best things in life exist on the other side of strategic discomfort. Now get out there and choose your pain wisely. And if this clicked for you, smash that subscribe button, because next week, we're breaking down the exact morning routine Warren Buffett used to compound his wealth into billions. You're not going to want to miss it. The pain you're avoiding today is the success you'll regret missing tomorrow. Don't let that be your story.